What is up? This is your boy Anecdotal, and today EF has had one of the biggest and most impactful updates of the entire game. So, Guardians have been introduced. Now, there are 4 Guardians, and if you guys are wondering, there is a new slot. So yeah, you're gonna have to cough up a couple of thousand gems or a few thousand gems to unlock that slot. And once you do, you can go ahead and get one of these 4 or all of these 4 Guardians. Now, by the looks of it, it looks like they all really do the same thing, but that doesn't really matter. The game has been so changed, so impacted by this event, or not event, this update. Man, alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. There are 4 different Guardians, of course, 1 for each tribe. So there's a human, elf, orc, and of course, undead one. What do I suggest you work on? The undead one. Does it really matter that you do that? I say, yeah, of course it does, because that's what team you're going to be running eventually. But you could, of course, start going with the elf if you are up to that meta. I'd skip orc, man. You have no reason to run orc anymore, honestly, especially with this update. Yeah, the orc meta, in my opinion, is obsolete. Of course, I'm not a super early game player where I would need to worry about transitioning, but believe me, it doesn't matter. So let's talk about number 1, the biggest thing. Let's just first talk about acquisition. So you spend the gems, you get your 13th slot. That 13th slot can only be used for Guardians. Summon your Guardian, you put them in there, you're done. Now, how do you get these guys? Now, there's a new sort of acquisition method here where you need to use these kind of Guardian tokens. Now, with these tokens, you can go ahead and buy those Guardians. Not the biggest thing. The bigger thing is that those tokens are also used. Bam! Well, the first one is free, so don't worry about it. First one's free. Man, tell me these games aren't addicting. When the first one's free, huh? That's when you know. All right, enough of those jokes. So you go ahead, you get him. He's free. Power him up. First thing you're going to notice, you can only power him up to level 10. That is its cap. Unless you go ahead and you buy a next one. Don't worry. As you do it in game, as you can see right here, they just tell me what to do. So you gotta get one level 10. Yo, it's capped. If you want to get it to level 20, you're gonna have to get another one to level 10. So quickly, what I did was I made sure to get the elf. So I went from undead to elf, get that elf one to level 10 to increase my cap, and now undead can go to level 20. After that, of course, now you needed what? Both of them to be level 20 so I can get one to level 30? No, I don't think it was that simple. But just follow the instructions. Now, after that, after you go ahead and get both of them to that cap level, the biggest thing you want to make sure to do and not make a mistake. Now, if you do make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You will need to cough up gems. Gems are quite the limited resource, especially with everything that's going on in the game with extreme units. But it's just gems. You know, you're not going to lose all your progress because you mistakenly upgraded the wrong Guardian. So it's like, you know, relax. It's not the biggest deal in the world. So after you go ahead and do that, there's going to be another prerequisite for you to increase the level cap to upgrade your Guardian again, and that is to get a 3rd Guardian. And then you got to get that 3rd Guardian to level 10, and then, you know, it increases the cap. Then you got to get all of them to level 20 to get one to 30. Then you got to get the 4th one. So, and that's where I'm at. I got the 4th one, and I think I need to get the 4th one up to level 30. So my current Undead Guardian is gonna end up maxed out at level 30. And the only way for me as a free-to-play player to get more of these Guardian tokens is to level up. So you're supposed to get, I think, 100 per level or something like that. So basically the only way to get it as a free-to-play player is to go up in night level, and every time you go up in a night level, I think you get like 100 tokens. And I think I'm up to the point where it takes like, what, like 600 tokens to get one level. Yeah, pretty insane. So it costs more tokens the more you level up. That makes sense. Leveling up everyone else makes sense, so, you know, nobody could just focus on one. Like, it makes sense. That way, if there's any sort of meta shift, all you would need to do is you spend tokens, get that one to whatever 10th number, and then you could work on whoever you're switching that meta to. So my suggestion would be to straight up go undead or elf, depending on where you are in the game. Beginning, elf. If you have a whole lot of hippos on your team, use the elf team. If you are late game like myself, use undead. if you notice that you're going to get tablets soon, just spend the gems. It's not the biggest deal in the world. My guess is you have enough that by the time you get to it, it's not a problem. All right, now let's talk about the beef and potatoes. We talked about acquisition. Now that we've talked about acquisition, you know how to get them, you know how to level them up. Really just follow the easy to use instructions. E-core, man, good job. Usually you kind of let us just figure everything out for ourselves. Here, you know, just level everyone up, go up, you know, or an X amount of people up. Then X out another amount of people up, and then everyone, and now you can go ahead and do it. So that's pretty much what they did here to make sure that all the new guardians are actually of use and are going to be used and not just sitting down in the dark. Good news is they all do the same thing. The only thing you really want to pay attention to is what kind of damage they do. So since I'm running undead, I'm going to use the crow. He's going to be my main DPS. He's physical. Mammon, which is from like the darkness of hell raid, he's actually on our team now. He's a guardian. He does magical damage. So the biggest thing now that we've went past acquisition is 2 cores are gone. What? So I think to unlock guardians you need to be level 100. The second you are level 100, 2 cores are out of the window. What do you mean you only need 1? Why? Guardians copy the gold level and the metal level of your highest metal and gold level unit, which means I'm gonna put everything into my crow knight, and then Mammon, the guardian, will copy his exact stats. Essentially, it's a cheating 2 core. So we're using a 1 core, and the other guy, the guardian, just copies your strongest gold and metal unit. So whoever you put, just put all your metals on that one guy. Now, depending on where you are in the game, you're already kind of doing a 1 core, so you're really only gonna get like 4 or 5 extra medals on your main, but I mean, everything counts, you know? So you're just way stronger. Second thing, dude, what basic game speed? What in the world? I might have to switch around my artifacts now. So all my artifacts are there for game speed. I'm getting so much game speed from dude, the artifacts, I mean, not the artifacts, the guardians basic game speed goes past 20. All of them are based at 20. As you level up, that basic game speed actually goes up. It is insane. So I may even have to rearrange it. Now, I decided to re-record this because I wasn't sure about everything that was going on, but man, let me just give you an overview of my results. 1, no longer needed to use extreme units. Now I still use the fire mage and the unicorn knight so that I could up my gold and then I could upgrade my units. Them I still needed, but the undead knights solely needed for your revival team now. So your revival book team will still need the dark knights, but I no longer need their attack power and crit damage anymore. I mean, I need them not on the team. So they're still necessary. I just don't need them on my team. I use my regular speed team. Yeah, with the 2 fairies, my bro. That's what I'm using. And I easily clinched without having to switch, staying at 210% speed, got up to my final level to warp. Now, that's the only thing I did because I didn't want to take a chance, and I like quadrupled my my basic game speed. I came from usually finishing a revive, a speed run revive at around 1 hour and 20 something minutes, around 1 hour 30 minutes, like slightly below that, to get ready, me not paying attention, wondering when I was going to lose my game speed, finishing at 54 minutes, probably 53 minutes because I took my eyes away from my phone. So somewhere around the low 50s, from 1 hour and 30 just about to 55 just about. Dude, 35 to 40 minutes estimated gain, dude. That's how much time I no longer needed to be in the game. So is skill pushing off? Succubus team no longer needed. Offline skill, like offlining to go up on stages, no longer needed. This update is insane. So 1, acquisition. 2, do a 1 core. 3, Basic game speed, no longer a problem. May need to adjust my artifacts. I am of course going to update you on all the other changes that this incredible update has to bring to us. But so far, all you need to know is that you gotta get them. So if you like this video, man, make sure to like it, share it with anybody from the EF community, and of course, don't forget to make yourself known and comment down below. Peace.